In 2017, a bunch of nerds were tasked by a podcasting network to come up with a monthly show. These men promptly came up with the idea for a comic book show where they could educate the masses. Today, they use this show as a platform for helping their fellow nerds in any way they can. If you have a nerdy question, if Google hasn't helped you, and if you have a Facebook account, maybe you can ask the Nerds for Hire.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And sitting across from me tonight, Asa Gray.
Yes.
To my left is Trevor Camp.
Hello.
And I'm your host, Jesse Kimball, and we are the Nerds for Hire. And tonight, since it's the beginning of the year, first Nerds for Hire of the year, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're looking forward to this year. Mm-hmm. Possibly give you guys some recommendations on, stuff you may have not heard us talk about, especially, all of this we've probably talked about on Nerd Up at some point, but that's beside the point.
There's not a lot of crossover. People, we really encourage, if you're listening to this, you should really go out of your way. Check out the show we record every Sunday. It's called Nerd Up. It's right here on the pod. If you're subscribed to this, it's showing up in your feed. I really think if you dig this, you're going to dig what we do on Sundays too.
Really?
And it's weekly.
I haven't heard of this.
I know. It's weekly, so it's not once a month. It comes out more consistent. It's
really that's so much better because there's so much nerd news that we don't get on this show.
And we cover that weekly. The highlights of the week go on to Sunday.
Darn.
It's great.
And you do it all without my opinion. Neat.
It's true. No opinion from Trevor Camp on this one. Which is why he gets to give his opinion tonight.
Yeah. And I have so many opinions.
Yeah.
Probably.
I honestly... So when it came to video games and comic books, though, there wasn't a lot this year that I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, sir.
All right. So since Asa sounds like he's got the list out here...
I got for video games, at least. I'm trying to find the
really?
comics.
I got 3 video games.
Oh, there's so much more coming out that I'm...
you have a full sheet of paper over there.
Yeah, during the pre-show, I've been doing work.
Mm.
Yeah, because I also have, like Trevor, I have 3 video games.
Well, I see the same video game on all of them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's the very first one. Should we go with that?
Yeah, go for it. 2019. It comes out in February, too, so it's soon.
Yep, real soon. I'm real excited about it.
And that would be Anthem, which I hope to be the spiritual successor to Halo.
It won't be
for me.
Yeah, no, it's very much not going to be that.
I know, but
I
for me, I want to recapture the nostalgia.
I think what Trevor means there is that the game that we are all getting together and playing and enjoying, that in that kind of a spiritual successor, not in the new first-person shooter with aliens that we're playing.
No, more on like a game I'm going to play so much with you guys that my wife will be angry I haven't come to bed.
That's fair.
That could happen.
I'm super excited about Anthem. You guys, if you've caught that every Sunday or that every Sunday show, if you haven't, I recommend it. I'm on it. Ace is on it.
Is that what you do on Sundays?
Every Sunday night.
Wow.
I know. I miss so much football.
It's like I'm meeting a new
I very much disagree with that statement. You are well aware of what happens with football.
I miss watching it live. Last Sunday at the beginning of the show, they were still...
No, I heard.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you did know about it. Why would you lie to me?
That's the kind of person I am, Ace. I'm just a liar. No, I actually was. I was watching the same football game you guys were talking about, and like you and Mandy were freaking out about over there. I watched it while I was at work, and I listened to the show while I was driving home. I was like,
to relive where they're at. Yeah, no, we've done it since then because it also happened with the was it the Eagles game. The Eagles and who were they playing? Yeah, the Bears.
That's what I was talking about.
No, the one that me and Mandy were. Was Mandy?
No, that was the Saints.
Yeah, that was the Saints in Pittsburgh.
That was last week.
Which was 2 weeks ago.
This past. I'm talking about this most recent show. This Sunday, you were watching that.
The Bears
game. Yeah, Bears Seahawks.
I was watching the live updates. Yeah, I forgot Mandy was on that show, and I think that's why I'm thinking, because Mandy was only freaking out about the Steelers game because obviously she's a big Steelers fan. Okay, this is Nerds for Hire. We should probably stop talking about football.
I don't know. They're sports nerds.
There are. Cody's listening.
They're called fantasy players.
Shut up.
Yeah, Asa, shut up.
Fantasy's a lot of fun. All right. So anyway, yeah, Anthem. On that Sunday show, every time I get even a little bit of news about Anthem, I try and plug it in if we've got time, because I am so stoked for that game.
Have you been watching any of like the gameplay videos of the different Javelin styles? And
I haven't watched the most recent, I think 3 I've missed out on.
Well, I just mean like various YouTubers. Like you can find just...
Because I've been keeping up with the ones that BioWare have been posting, but I haven't watched. I haven't gone out seeking anymore.
There's a channel that I started following because he had my favorite walkthroughs of God of War, and it's Gaming with Abyss. I like his. He's got a very relaxing voice too, but he's been posting Anthem videos that I have like made in a playlist that I need to go through and actually watch them, because I've also been watching the BioWare videos, but I want to see, because he's in the pre-alpha or alpha or whatever it is right now.
They've got to be
it's
beta by now.
Yeah, it's beta. I forget that it's like in my head. It's February 2019. That's so long away. And yes, listeners, I know I just said it's coming out in February. It's so soon. My brain is stupid.
If it makes you feel any better, on the way here, I was talking to Trevor about Anthem, and I made exactly the same mistake. I was like, yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of people that have been playing in alpha. I'm like, nah, it comes out next month, beta. Like, it's got to be beta.
Oh, I hope beta.
How much do you think the skin is going to be to make your Javelin look like Iron Man? I'm thinking at least $10 skin.
I haven't heard anything about microtransactions. If they do that, I could absolutely see that price point.
No, there's going to be microtransactions, but it's all strictly cosmetic.
Right.
They've announced that.
But I don't know if they're skins or what they are.
They haven't. It's probably going to be skins.
There will be something that looks like Iron Man.
You can get like I'm sure there is a red and gold
shader, their version of a shader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, But no, this game just you're in you're in a different mech suit. There's 3 different classes. You can switch them out, not necessarily, maybe not on the fly, but like it's not like Destiny where when you pick your class, that is now that character. There's no deviation from it.
Oh, that's nice.
You have to do 3 separate characters if you want to do the 3 separate classes. Whereas in Anthem, nope, you just go back to your base and like, oh, you want to be in the tank one? All right, go in the tank one. Okay, you want to be in the smaller, speedier one? Go in the smaller, speedy one.
Yeah, no, that to me is just
good,
fantastic sounding. Because if you need somebody to swap out for a role real quick, like if you're doing something that requires it, then just go do it.
Yep,
that easy.
Yeah, you can vary on who you're playing with, and
especially like back in Destiny. So everybody knows I played a Titan, and for a while, like the Titan was all I had leveled up. And so if we were ever doing something, there was a lot of those raids that like. You needed maximum 1 Titan, and there were 2 of us that played exclusively Titan in the raiding times, and it's like, well, so we're just gonna miss out on that class, because I think there was one of them that was preferred. You had 1 Hunter, 1 Titan, and then 4 Warlocks.
Oh, jeez.
Huh.
It was because of resurrecting, like it was necessary for some of the cheeses.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't really miss Destiny.
Sometimes
which is a shame, because this is more what it's gonna be the replacement of. This is kind of the Destiny killer.
This is what I am hoping. I'm hoping that this is what I wanted Destiny to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And Destiny, like, don't get me wrong, like I had a few hundred hours in the first Destiny, and honestly, like had they continued the trend that they had started with Destiny 1, moving into Destiny 2, I would still be playing Destiny 2. But because they did exactly like...
They learned nothing.
They did exactly the same thing with Destiny 2 that they did with Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah, Bungie's on my naughty list.
That was so ridiculous.
From Destiny 1 even, but that's a whole other show. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Anthem gonna be good.
Anthem's gonna be great.
I believe in BioWare. I need it to be good.
I just need EA to stay out of it.
Yeah.
As much as possible. And let BioWare do what BioWare needs to do to make this game amazing.
Yes.
And yeah, no, I'm stoked for this game though. Like easily my most anticipated, looked forward to, whatever adjective you want to attach to it, game in 2019.
Yes.
Very much.
I have 2 more that are actually I have 3 more that I'm excited for. I don't even know if I'll play them, but they look really, really good, and every time I see something from them, I get excited about. Division 2, when the first Division hit the Game Pass, I jumped into that, which is way late. They fixed all of the problems that people had when it first launched.
This is what it seems to be happening with those Tom Clancy games.
Yeah.
They start out terrible.
Well, Ubisoft games in general.
That's not Tom Clancy. That's all Ubisoft.
But I guess it comes up most in like the Tom Clancy games because those are the ones that are multiplayer.
Wildlands 2. But even like For Honor, like people, it seems like it's fixed now.
Yep.
But yeah, so that I didn't get super into the Division. We played for a little bit, and I really enjoyed it. But that's another just run and gun, loot and shoot. Anthem is probably going to keep me from playing Division 2, but it looks really cool. I want to give that a shout out. Daemon X Machina is that Switch game that kind of looked Armor Core-y.
Oh yeah.
That we saw at E3.
I forgot about that.
Apparently that's coming out sometime in 2019. Looks cool. Again, I still haven't even opened Starlink, so I don't know if I'm actually going to play that at all. And then Devil May Cry 5. The motorcycle is swords. Just the swords is motorcycle. It looks over the top. So it scratches that 15-year-old Hot Topic edgelord that still lives deep in my soul.
It's true.
And I love those kind of just combo heavy juggling enemies. Feel like a total badass. Like I like that gameplay loop. So those are
my qualifications for this list were games that I will buy on release date. And that's why mine's only at 3.
I've got 2 more of those. And if we're going by that, Crackdown 3.
That one's on mine.
I will download on release date because it's going to be part of Game Pass.
Yep. Ooh. That makes that one an easier add on my list too.
Yeah. So I don't know if I would pay for Crackdown 3 until I play. I wouldn't pre-order it.
I didn't like Crackdown 2 enough to.
Crackdown 2 was awful, and it was a blemish on the wonderful easy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I put in time into it, but at some point, I just got tired. Like, you just ran out of stuff to do.
You don't, because you don't run out of orbs. For me, like that's just that perfect little dopamine, serotonin, whatever chemical.
Piece of candy.
Exactly.
Piece of candy.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, that one's just I can't get it quite yet. Ooh, now I can jump a little bit higher, so I can go back to the one that I couldn't quite get, and now I can get it.
You need to stay far away from incremental games.
I know. I haven't. But I know. I haven't spent any money on any of them, thankfully. But
well, that's good. Like I honestly haven't encountered any of them that require you to spend money. But
they're all like the tapping.
Yeah.
Those just like there's a WWE one I finally had to uninstall because I before I brought in my second cord to charge my phone on my computer at work, I would literally just have that open and just fidget and just tap, just keep tapping, tip tapping. I ended up getting like first place in one of the events.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It got bad.
Yeah, no, those games are like
because I just never reset my profile.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one of those things where like only certain kinds of people get hit by it, but like there's just something about those incremental games that are like crack to me. Mm-hmm. And Crackdown like scratched that itch in a beautiful way.
Yeah, except because then you get to mix it up with just really fun shooting, blow everything up mechanics.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed that part.
But the second one was just not as good in any way.
After you've blown up like the same car for the 100th time, though, you're like, I don't know. I got bored.
Mm-hmm.
I got bored, and I don't have like that weird dopamine drip on like incremental things.
Yeah,
like it doesn't give me. I don't
accomplish
games.
things. I don't accomplish things in life, so that makes me feel good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's. I get just super into those incremental games. Mm-hmm. I really do, and like I know they're dumb. But yeah, no, they're like it started with that stupid cookie clicker game.
Yep.
That's how like that got big on Reddit, and everybody was like, "This cookie clicker game is a whole lot of fun." And I was like, "What? How could clicking a cookie be so much fun?" And I'm just sitting there clicking like
6 hours later.
Like, by God, this cookie's amazing.
Well, because like like a good incremental game, like as you keep clicking and everything else, like you start getting upgrades, and that makes the clicking go faster. And then you do like ones that like make the clicking automatic, and then you do like more upgrades. And then in Cookie Clicker, they actually had like a little story that you kind of played through too. It got kind of dark.
There was a fantasy one, like it was dragons, I think. I don't remember. I got into that one for a little bit before I found the WWE one, because I think Billy Hills is the one who turned me onto that one.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually, like, I screenshotted when I won that one event, and I was like, what have you done to me?
Yeah, no, they're like, it's weird. It's weird how addicting those games can be.
But Crackdown 3 is going to be multiplayer, Terry Crews,
Terry Crews is going to be.
Terry Crews is like the saving grace of that. It's the only. He's the only reason that is in. I watch a YouTube video of it.
Boy, do I love me some Terry Crews.
I like him more now that I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
he's so great.
Terry loves his yogurt.
So what else you got on that list, Ace?
My other one is the untitled, and we don't have a release date, but they said it was this year. The new Pokemon game on Switch. We are getting Gen 8.
Oh, yeah.
We are getting an official, like, this isn't the Let's Go, like, kind of in between. This is the next full-on generation. I'm really hoping that some of the things that I liked from Pokemon Go get brought in, like seeing the Pokemon in the wild.
That's the one feature that, like, at this point, if the next generation Pokemon game does not have that feature, I'm not getting it. Because it's a deal breaker for me. Like Trevor, I know you haven't played the Let's Go game.
I've never played a Pokemon game in my. Oh, I take that back. I played Pokemon Snap on N64.
Man, that game was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, no. For those of you out there that haven't
Arguably
played
the best Pokemon game.
it's the. I mean, it's really good.
Agree to disagree.
It's the best Pokemon game that Trevor's played.
It's the best Pokemon game on N64.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Absolutely.
If you don't
it's
count,
competition.
If you
Pokemon
don't count
Stadium.
Smash Brothers.
And Hey You Pikachu.
I forgot about Hey You Pikachu.
Everybody forget about Hey You Pikachu.
That microphone did not work. So in the Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu games, before, like, all the Pokemon games had like the random encounter system. You know, you're walking through a cave, and suddenly, you know, like the lights will start flashing, and you got to fight a Zubat. You're walking through the grass, and there's a Caterpie. In the Let's Go games, you can actually see them in the world. Like, you can see the Pokemon hopping through the grass. So, like, if you don't want to catch your 8th Caterpie, you know, you could walk past it. Same thing with, like, Zubats in caves. You can kind of dip and dodge them.
Jesse, are you telling me that they are removing the trademark slow grind of fighting system in Pokemon?
In the Let's Go game, yeah. Like,
oh my God, what will you do with all your free time in Pokemon?
The grind system now is like, if you catch the Pokemon, everything gets a buttload of XP. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's very much still a grind. It's just not, you don't get to battle.
Yeah, it's not near like as bad of a grind as it was in previous games. But honestly, like, and I'm fine with the grind. Like, I've got no problem with that. But like the not having to, or the being able to dodge like through Zubats because like they're not giving you experience anyway. They're just annoying. Like being able to just walk around them, and also being able to see the Pokemon there. So if there's a specific one you're looking for that has a lower spawn rate, you know, you can actually be walking through and looking for that Pokemon and run into it if you want to. If that feature is not in the new Pokemon game, I won't get it because I'm so spoiled with that feature at this point that I don't want to play a Pokemon game without it.
Balls in your court, Nintendo.
That's right. You want to keep my purchase.
What else on your list?
The other one, which I'm probably most excited about, is the one I've known about for the least amount of time. It just got announced at the Game Awards back in November, and it's coming super soon. It releases in April. We are 9 days away from the first fan event, which apparently there was a leak. So, spoiler for Nerd News, the GameStop Italy apparently leaked the pre-order bonus, because in Mortal Kombat 11, Shao Kahn will be a playable character. I'm so excited for Mortal Kombat 11. The trailer was awesome. If you mute it, the music choice was so weird. It was like someone's random SoundCloud song.
Are you talking about the one with Raiden and Scorpion?
With Raiden and Scorpion, yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was cinematic, but it was really good.
Yeah, it was just a cinematic trailer. We didn't see any gameplay. It's kind of like the one that came for Mortal Kombat X when it was Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting in the forest in the snow. This one, it's spoiler.
Scorpion.
It's story spoiler Raiden and Scorpion fighting, and then Scorpion he kills Scorpion, but then he reemerges, but he's in his classic costume, like he's just in the full on just yellow ninja look. I'm so excited for this game. I love the hype for it. I love the build up for it. I love the tease of the characters. There's rumors that the gear system from Injustice 2 is going to be a part of it. Not super thrilled about that, but it ended up being way less. If they do it the same way as Injustice, it's fine. Aside from unlocking special moves like Grayson's staff as part of an RNG gear drop. That stuff's really frustrating, but I'm really hoping that they have listened to those complaints, and now it's all just going to be cosmetic and whatever stat increases that you can always just turn off.
Yeah, no, I very much look forward to playing this game a couple times with Asa, finding the most annoying possible character I can, and camping.
For me, it's Aaron Black.
Oh, yeah. No.
Any zone character is kind of always a little bit broken.
Yep. Anybody I can hit you with from across the map, just spam it.
Well, in a NetherRealm game especially. Like, Deadshot is just apparently just crazy broken in Injustice and has been for a long time now.
Because I know in the last Mortal Kombat, was it Melina that I made so many people really angry with? I say so many people. Like, yeah, I was just really good at, like, okay, he's going to do that. All right, cool.
Well, see, you would read. You say it's like you were reading people, but your answer to every read was...
It was a 50-50 shot, really.
Was teleport.
That's not true. I also threw out the high and low projectile, and then they would get next to me, and it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna teleport out. Bye. And then it was Aquaman was the one that I was really obnoxious with.
Oh,
Aquaman was the first character to get nerfed in
your
Injustice
Aquaman
2.
can go expletive himself.
No, because I'm not good at these games. Like at the 2D fighters, or at least like the classic style 2D fighters, I'm not good at them. So I have to be cheap or I lose. Versus like Smash Brothers, where like I don't know, it's
you can be cheap, but still win. And like you don't have to be cheap to win, but you tend to.
Yeah, you just don't like Gordos.
You lean into it.
Don't let me like that.
I was on your team.
In fairness, those Gordos were hit by other people into you. That happened several times. I stopped throwing Gordos in that team game, which was really hard to play DDD without throwing Gordos. But regardless,
that's like your move. That's the move.
It's just it depends on who I'm playing. Some people are really good at fighting back the Gordos.
I haven't seen him play his DDD against anyone and not throw out Gordos.
That's because I haven't needed to.
It's not a move he doesn't use.
Online, I need to pretty frequently. They're really good at hitting it back. But around here, just throw out Gordos.
Mortal Kombat. I'm so excited for Mortal Kombat. It looks so cool. It looks that trailer was just crazy violent. I know that's a shocker, but
it was extremely violent.
Shao Kahn. We saw a little bit of his head. The helmet looks really like over the top. Like it's not just like the skull placement. It's got like ornamentation to it. I don't know how to describe it. Looks super cool.
Well,
I'm just so excited. I want to see like there's so many characters that I want to see come back. Like Smash Brothers kind of ruined roster reveals for me. Cause like I want the whole everyone is here.
Yes,
just give me what I want.
Even if it's not like Armageddon levels where they take the entire franchise because 9 was a soft reboot. It was a storyline reboot, but it's acting like 10 didn't or Armageddon didn't happen, but it did. It's a weird thing. I saw this really interesting. It's like 616 Entertainment did a like 5-part series on the history of Mortal Kombat, but he posted the last episode like 3 weeks before 11 got announced. So he's like, what do you think's going to happen next in Mortal Kombat? And if you're watching this and something got announced, well, F. Like, that was kind of funny. But it was really good. But yeah, I love the Mortal Kombat franchise. That's always been the fighting game that I've gravitated to. Like I am trash at Street Fighter. Like I don't even have a character that I can just like sit in a corner and cheese with Street Fighter. Like I have nothing.
Guile.
I'm terrible. I think I beat Shannon once. And that's all so I was the Street Fighter champion. I won. Like that was all I needed to do.
It's fair.
But Mortal Kombat and that NetherRealm, especially like pretty much from Mortal Kombat through Injustice and then X, whatever. That fighting game engine, I really like. I'm not particularly good at it, but it's fun. I have more fun with it.
That's fair. I mean, as long as you're having fun with it, that's what's important. I get beat, so I stop having fun.
I'm
quick.
I'm really hoping that they lean more into the like bonus weird stuff that they used to put in the Mortal Kombat games.
Oh, like
Armageddon story mode, which was basically like Shaolin Monks before they made Shaolin Monks, but like it was just like a 3D adventure mode. I want to see stuff like that. Combat Cart again, bring that back. The puzzle fighter that they put in Deception, Deadly Alliance, one of those.
I don't know. I didn't play much Mortal Kombat after the N64 days.
Oh yeah, that was the worst one.
Yeah, I played the N64, and then I bought Mortal Kombat X, and I own that. That is the first Mortal Kombat game I've played since N64.
Yeah, it's actually right around. No, I bought. I didn't buy 9, but I played 9.
I've played them all.
It's how me and my wife settle arguments. We pop into Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Just knock it out real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Ace is really excited about Mortal Kombat. Was that the last one you had?
That was the last game, yes.
Okay, so yeah, my Anthem and Crackdown 3 have already been mentioned, and yeah, no, I'm really excited about both of those games. The only other game that I'm really excited about coming in 2019 is Fire Emblem 3 Houses for the Switch. Basically, it's the next big Fire Emblem title. Since we've gotten Fire Emblem Warriors and Fire Emblem Heroes, and we haven't gotten a new title in a while.
Proper
even like
Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, even the last proper Fire Emblem we got was a remake of an older Fire Emblem game. So
this one's going to be like an all new
game, 3 houses. Hopefully, it's not going to be the similar thing. Like, as much as I enjoyed Fates, where they had like the 3 different storylines you could go with, but you had to buy 3 different games to go with the 3 different storylines. I really hope that, like, it is only 1 cartridge, so they're not going to split it like that on us again, but I don't want to have to play through the game 3 times.
Yeah.
Even if the gameplay was different all 3 times, the characters are all the same, and...
So is this going to be, is this introducing, like, because the Fire Emblem games I just found out are not just like, it's not all Lucina, Marth, Ike all going on adventures. It's
correct.
Like the different timelines and stories and stuff. So is this going to include old characters, or is this like a whole new?
Looks like it's going to be all entirely new.
So the next Smash DLC announcement
will have one of these characters.
It's going to be another blue-haired sword wielder.
I don't think either of the lead characters have blue hair in this one.
Green hair.
Oh.
Green hair.
One of them does have green hair.
Yeah. So, well, then, excuse me, a green-haired sword-wielding character.
Let's try to guess the other hair.
Red.
I'm going to go with white.
Ooh, white's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't have internet. Son of a why. Why do I not have internet?
Because charter.
No, it's probably because that router just still needs to be restarted from last time. It's still messed up. But yeah, no, if I remember right, because it's been a while since I've watched the trailer we got a little while ago. One of them is like you have a redheaded girl, and I think it was a green-haired guy.
You were right on the redhead.
Yep.
Well played.
Houses. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about that one though. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan, so I'm really happy to have another Fire Emblem game to play soon, and especially if they can give us a graphical update, which from the trailers it looks like it. And yeah, no, I'm excited about it. I'm real excited about it. But that's all I really have. Trevor, go ahead, buddy.
I got 2 on there that Anthem was my top one, but a classic, Toe Jam and Earl. It's getting a lovely remake.
It sure is.
I know. I just loved it so much when I was a kid and playing it like at night. I don't even think I actually played the original. I played like the second one where you're just it was just like Toe Jam and Earl grooving through whatever, and it was just a little side scroller.
Top down.
I never understood it. I played him and then I had no idea what to do. It was the same thing with like Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
I never realized you could jump over the wall in that starting area.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like, so you're just a dolphin that can shoot psychic waves in a pit of nothing. This is stupid. Why do people like this game?
Toe Jam and Earl reboot, and my last one, it said it'll be released in 2019. It probably will not, considering there's not even a trailer out for it. But the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is supposed to be a single player, and you play as a Jedi after Order 66 is passed down, so in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Mm-hmm. So it's supposed to be a dark, gritty, story-driven, I'm hoping like maybe like a combination between Force Unleashed and KOTOR would be amazing. But I'm looking forward to see what they do with that.
It's one of those things where it's like Respawn is a good studio, and I think they will. It'll be an interesting thing. But just that E3 decision of, all right, we're announcing a new Star Wars game. What are you going to show us? An interview with one of the guys working on it. Literally nothing else.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it very much seemed like it was accidental. Like they weren't actually supposed to talk about it. Like,
but something happened. Like I think that was right around when they fired. Oh, I'm totally blanking on her name, but it's like it's not Beth.
All All right, while you're thinking of that real quick, so I was wrong on both of the colors. So there's a blonde-haired girl, like super light platinum blonde.
Yeah.
A brunette guy and a blonde guy.
It's like,
Normal hair colors.
with the exception of like a bleach blonde.
I mean, like she's like I've seen hair color that light. Like it's like a platinum blonde.
That is white.
Agree to disagree.
No, that's not like a real image. That's a 2-dimensional cartoon drawing that they use white as the color palette for her hair.
There's clearly blonde in it.
Moving on.
Amy Hennig was her name. Amy Hennig. But so they had that, like, she was like when she was a major hand in the Uncharted series. So she was supposed to be making that Star Wars game. That then she got fired, and so they canceled that. And then they're like, okay, no, everyone's mad about that. But look, Respawn's making something. Aren't you? Aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're making a Star Wars game.
Yep,
Dude, you give me a Star Wars game with like some Uncharted flair to it.
Well, they were gonna. But I'm very curious. I'm interested in it. I don't think that's going to be a 2019 game though, just because we have seen nothing.
No, they say it's going to be into 2019, but it's not. But I still look forward to it, and that's technically follows the parameters that Jesse gave me this morning.
I will say too, if we're counting that, 2019, we have to find out what Rockstar is making or what Rocksteady is making.
Hopefully.
How can we not? It's been like 12 years since Arkham Knight came out.
It's been a really long time.
And we don't know. We have nothing. They keep posting about like hitting milestones and like they're all real excited.
Do we have any idea like what genre it is? Or
Nothing.
Nothing.
We know it is not a Superman game.
All right. So they're just working on
That's
stuff.
it. Conspiracy theory hat makes me think that they're not working on a Superman game. They're working on a Justice League game. Justice League, Batman Beyond, and Ninja Turtles are like the three forerunners, front runners of the rumor mill. There was a rumor that they were working on a Harry Potter game because that one video leaked.
But
it turns out that's another studio is actually that's something from another studio.
Yep.
Which good because like I very much care about Rocksteady. I don't care at all about Harry Potter. I would probably play that game, but I would be very mad if like that's what the buildup was for.
Well,
I would just be so
It depends what
unexcited.
kind of Harry Potter game it is. If it's like you're a rogue wizard hunting down baddie wizards in the Harry Potter universe, like during like I don't know one of the dark time histories, awesome. But if you're just
Harry Potter going through Hogwarts.
Pass.
Yeah.
We already did Bully. It was okay. Move on.
I think there's a very, very low chance that game comes out this year. Like they kind of Fallout 4.
Yeah,
where it's like,
at
okay,
the beginning of the
this
year,
is
then
the game,
getting it at the end of the year.
And it's coming in 10 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, that's
love that.
extremely unlikely, but yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and do comic books now because I think that's going to be short all around. I know for me, I have two. I'm really, really looking forward to Zdarsky's Daredevil.
Also on my list.
Because, Chip Zdarsky's taking over Daredevil, and I forget who's doing art, which I feel a little bad about. But, yeah, I'm all on board on Chip Zdarsky doing Daredevil.
I'll look that up real quick. I love Chip Zdarsky so much. He's just so hilarious.
He's just great. He's a great writer.
And he's so excited to be able to write Red Batman.
I also loved the he did some variant covers where it's like these step by step
how to draw. The Daredevil one was Marco Cicchetto.
Okay,
is going to be doing art. I know I said that wrong, and I apologize because I know he's listening.
Sorry.
Please forgive me.
Sorry, Mark. Check
out Nerd Up every
He's
Sunday.
one of the 5-pointed star.
No,
we would know. I would know how to say his name.
Yeah, I would reach out to him personally, like, hey. Yeah, no, that's that I'm looking forward to that. I'm super stoked. And then the other one we talked about it last Sunday. We found out that Scott Snyder and Charles Soule are collaborating on a book. It's not going to be Marvel or DC.
Creator.
It's a creator-owned book, and yes,
boy,
please.
that's just a 1-2 punch. Gimme.
Yeah,
Want it.
we don't know anything else about it.
Oh, okay.
All we know is that those two are collaborating on a book, and it's not Marvel or DC, so it's completely their property. I don't know who they're even going to have publish it yet.
Yeah.
But they're working on a book.
But they're working on something, and that's awesome.
And I'm going to buy it.
Yes. the only things that I really have on mine are not necessarily individual comics, but they're like story arcs. Because we're finally going to get the end of Doomsday Clock.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to end.
No. This is stuff that finishes in 2019, Asa. 2019.
No, I know. They're saying.
Yeah.
They're saying.
Should have been done in 2018.
I know what they're saying.
So I haven't read any of Doomsday Clock. That's another one like I did with White Knight, where I'm going to, once I have everything, I'm going to just sit down and
I'm doing the
knock
same.
it all out.
Boy, I don't envy either of you. Those books are heavy.
I mean, and
Like-
it may end up I have to spread it out, but
I mean, it started as I'll read these, and now it's just I have so many comic books to read.
yeah, and that's where I'm at. The sheer
So
volume.
many.
I need Marie Kondo to show up at like my house and be like, okay, just put these all in boxes. This is how we organize these now.
I just need to read
I
them.
don't know
They're
that name.
organized. They're in one place.
She's got like a bunch of like not self-help books, but it's like how to properly organize your living space. And now she has a show on Netflix, and it is the most underwhelming of those kind of like. So like, you know how Queer Eye, they come in and they like
Fix your life.
They fix your life and they buy a bunch of stuff for you and totally remodel. This is literally a very pleasant, very nice little Japanese lady shows up and says, okay, pile all of your clothes because you have rooms full of them. It's like a step below Hoarders because it's without like the trash and like dead animals. So like take all of these clothes.
Where's the fun?
Put them in a giant pile and now figure
Burn them?
out what you're getting rid of and what you're keeping. And she's written books on like how you're supposed to organize your living space to make yourself
Feng
like
shui
feel better.
stuff?
Not even feng shui, but
Just
just like,
maximize
hey,
your
maximize your space,
and
like be
efficiency.
efficient, things like that. It's kind of interesting. It's worth one episode, but anyway, I need that in my life.
We're not into TV shows we're looking forward to yet.
Zack Snyder. No, not Zack Snyder. No, Scott Snyder is working on a Justice League story. Another one. Metal was stupid, and I hated and loved how nothing in that story mattered until after.
Yeah.
And then even then, like you couldn't really tell how it mattered.
Because it only mattered inside Justice League.
Right.
Like, it basically mattered in that there were 3 new Justice League books and, like, 8 new...
The heroes of DC.
Yeah,
It leaks into like Justice League Dark.
I mean,
Yeah,
kind
that's what
of.
he's talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
that's what I
there's-
mean. Like we got
there's 3 new
Dark
Justice
and
League
Odyssey
books.
and
I guess you're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got, like, a whole bunch of, like, new heroes of DC Universe or whatever they're called, and most of those are canceled now, so...
Are they really?
Really?
I know that.
They've canceled at least 5 of them that I can think of.
Wow.
Out of I think there were 8.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really seen much of those team books or anything on the, which maybe they come out on the weeks that we're not up there, so I wouldn't see them. But anyway, but I meant even just as the story was ongoing, like nothing real. There was maybe one issue of the Flash that I read that they actually like.
They didn't acknowledge
Something
what was
happened.
happening.
Yeah, even though the world was literally about to end and they were in the dark zone or
In
whatever.
the Dark Zone, the world outside had been turned into a screaming horror.
Like Flash is still upset with Iris. Like
Batman and Catwoman,
But-
like, will they, won't they?
yeah, exactly. That double date was fun. It
was.
But that said, the story was a lot of fun. I loved a lot of Metal. So I'm looking forward
I
to
loved
what
all of the spin-offs.
the spin-offs were amazing. The spin-offs were the best part.
I loved all the artwork for it.
The art
It
was
just
amazing, too.
beautiful.
Thanks, Greg Capullo.
Yep. So we're also getting the 3 Jokers because I'm curious about that. So I'm interested to see where that
Ooh,
goes.
I forgot
And then
about
Detective 1000
Yeah.
could be fun.
I'm also very, at the very least, curious about the 3 Jokers.
Also, apparently Marvel's bringing Cyclops back.
They already have.
Well, then never mind.
Well,
At least I think. I'm pretty sure
2019
he's already
ruined.
in, like, Uncanny X-Men or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, he's alive again for sure already.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Comics are more just like broad stories coming out. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming out that that haven't even been announced yet or we don't know about.
Yeah, no, I mean,
gonna
there's
be
going to be
awesome.
stuff that I'm going to be really pumped about, and there's going to be stuff I'm going to enjoy a whole lot. But yeah, as of right now, the only things that I know about that I am absolutely stoked for are those 2 things. Trevor, you got anything on your list, buddy?
no. But
They have not announced a new Constantine book, so Trevor,
Yeah,
and we already got Firefly going.
I've got fire. All my comic books I was looking forward to. I didn't know about the 3 Jokers. I forgot about that. I'm now excited about that. Thank you, Asa. Yeah, all my stuff is ongoing. Firefly.
You mentioned White Knight. White Knight 2.
Is
That's-
that
Oh,
this,
really?
Is that this year?
Yeah, it's gonna hit 2019.
Okay, that.
Well-
And maybe they'll bring back
No,
a Hellblazer.
no delays. One of the rules of the Murphyverse.
Oh, Sean Gordon Murphy.
Yeah, I just don't know a lot of stuff that's kind of coming down the pipeline right now.
Yeah, no, with comic books, it's a little bit more difficult to tell.
I
'Cause
feel
they
like
usu-
if I listen to a show that comes out every Sunday, I might be more up on what's coming out in comics.
There is a show on that releases every Sunday though. You would we get at least a little bit of info
Really?
Sometimes.
every week on there.
But comics also like it's pretty much like, oh, it's announced and then it's out in like 2 months. It's not like movies and games where you know it's coming 6 months down the line.
There's not near as much hype built around comic books, except for with
Big
certain
events.
exceptions.
Like Batman 1000, you're building to that because this is the issue you're on now, and this is how many away you are from 1000.
Yep. So yeah, no, there's certain things that build up a whole lot of hype, but in general, like with comic books, it's like, hey guys, this is coming. It'll be here in 3 months. Is usually where you're looking at when in terms of like events and big story arcs and stuff like that, because otherwise it starts spoiling a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Truth.
Which hasn't stopped Marvel or DC.
Right. Okay, so movies. I have a ton of these.
I actually just at a brief I
I
googled
have
movies.
more of these.
I have movies coming out in 2019, and Google just showed me like the list of posters.
Yep.
And that's all I went, and I still have like 10.
All right, so I'm going to read down this list because basically
I'm sure
going
there's
down
gonna be a
this
lot of
list,
overlap.
there's not many that I'm going to skip. So,
Yeah.
Captain
mine.
Marvel,
Yep.
Toy Story 4,
Yes, sir.
Aladdin.
Didn't put it.
Meh.
I didn't put that or Lion King on my list, but I will probably see those.
I'm going to see both of them because Lion King is next there on the list. I'm not excited about Shazam, but I'm going to watch it.
I actually am. And I know I'm in a minority there.
I'm only like I would be excited. Like basically, if if DC had a track record similar to Marvel, then I would be stoked for this movie.
If you look at their last 2 theatrical releases, they're 2 for 2, at least for me. Because Wonder Woman was great.
That wasn't one of the last 2. It was
Was it
Justice League and Aquaman.
Wonder Woman was after Justice League, wasn't it?
No.
Wonder Woman was first.
Then I'm giving them 3 for 3 because I enjoyed Justice League. And again, I know I'm in the minority of that, but the last third of that movie was a fantastic jumping off point for the DCEU.
Oh yeah, but you got to sit through the first 2/3.
See, I still haven't seen it, but I'm inclined to believe I'll like it because I find that I tend to agree with you on superhero movies, Asa.
It's just one of those things where like I give the movie a lot of crap because it's not a good movie.
No.
It's a fun popcorn flick.
Right. But it's a fun like 90s superhero movie in the era of the MCU.
I'm okay with that, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I want.
And honestly, like, and I feel like Aquaman will be the same way if I'm ever able to actually watch that movie. Will be a fun popcorn flick.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a fun action movie. It goes on entirely too long. There are multiple segments and characters that should have just been cut, but overall, I'm not mad that I saw it, and there were some legitimately really awesome moments.
And that's par for the course with DC from what we've gotten so far.
Yeah. And that's probably what we're going to get with Shazam. Like, it's
Exactly.
the same thing. It's like, yeah, I didn't put it on my list, but between Wonder Woman, and I'll give it to Justice League, but Aquaman, like, if I can get past how much I hate the way he looks in that suit,
Ooh, because it is bad.
it's so bad.
Like, it is real bad. He's wearing a muscle suit, Trevor.
He looks like SpongeBob.
And not a good one.
He
I've
looks
seen
like,
it.
He looks like the SpongeBob anchor arms.
A
Like,
little
just-
bit, yeah.
I know, but I kind of liked how cheesy it was. I think I'm like in the minority because I love cheesy like superheroes. That's why I watch Legends of Tomorrow. I like the cheese, man.
Oh, I can't handle that
I
much
like it
cheese.
extra sharp.
To me, the difference between like there's good cheese and there's bad cheese.
Yeah.
This is like they're not putting him in an intentionally bad looking suit. Like they think they nailed it,
Someone.
and that's the part. That's the part that like if they kind of like lean into it, then okay, I'll give it a pass. But
Yeah.
I just don't think that they are.
All right. So, Avengers Endgame.
Of course,
Of course.
Yeah.
First one on my list.
I'm very excited for you to see this movie in 7 months after it comes out.
I actually was it my list is a short list, and it's full of the things I will go to the movie and see.
Ooh,
And Avengers is actually on there.
ooh.
I know.
You watched the first Avengers in theaters, didn't you? Infinity War?
No, he didn't see Infinity War until like a year later.
And I was able to
Like, he-
maintain. I was spoiler free a year
Was-
after it.
He saw that movie
was
like
that a
3
Jesse
weeks
Box,
ago.
like, transaction?
Yeah, that was a Jesse box.
He's got Jesse Box?
I saw it on Jesse Box.
Huh?
He's got Jesse Box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it. You're thinking of Jesse Flicks. That's,
that's
not available
different.
yet.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Jesse
Okay.
Box, you got to
Yes.
go to the gas station store. Watch a drug deal
That's
go
fair.
down.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Jesse Flicks is still in production.
In
it's in
progress.
beta.
It's in beta. The beta is very successful.
I was hoping I'd get an access code, but it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, like, I just need some.
we-
I need some backers. Like, if you want to throw $5 at it,
Just real quick, despite like all of because the shine, the newness of Infinity War has definitely worn off for me. Like I'm much more critical of that movie now than I was, of course, coming out of the theater. But that said, I am still so unbelievably hyped to see how this all wraps
Resolves.
up. Yeah, how it all resolves.
How
'Cause,
they all return it back to baseline
yeah, exactly.
where everyone's
Like,
okay and
but
saved.
I very much don't think that it's all going to be like they're all returned to baseline and all of these. Like, I'm sure that there will be deaths that stick, and saying that out loud makes my stomach do a flip.
but none of the dust deaths will stick. There will be deaths post dusting,
Right, like
Post
stuff-
undusting.
And I also just read an interview that apparently the Russo brothers, like for every trailer and bit of footage that they plan on showing between now and release, is only going to be the first 20 minutes.
Good.
Yes,
I'm okay with that.
exactly. Because it's one of those things where it's like,
Excellent.
if they would have just given us Avengers Endgame, no trailer, no nothing, I would have been so happy.
Yep.
I don't want to see a second of this movie.
They
more
just
than I've
basically
already
give us
seen.
a splash screen with a title and a release date.
That's all we need.
Tell me nothing.
That's all I need.
Yep.
Granted, I liked the first trailer, and again, like this 20 minutes thing, at least like that is the most acceptable compromise I would have accepted.
Yep.
Because like I don't want to see any of the action scenes later on. I know they're going to be great. I don't need to see them.
Yep.
Just set up a little bit of that movie for me, like, and I'm fine with it. I'm stupid amounts of hype for that movie. The New Mutants is hitting. Glass and Dumbo. Glass is actually coming out this Friday. No, next Friday.
I haven't seen any of the originals.
I haven't seen the James McAvoy one.
Split.
I haven't seen Split yet, but Unbreakable is legitimately one of my top 20 movies.
It's my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, by far. Like, by far, not even close. But, like, I genuinely, there's just something about Unbreakable that I like a lot more than other people, and I don't know what it is. I get that it's not everyone's cup of tea, and it's not particularly great. It clicks.
Tickled your fancy?
Yeah, it clicks.
Fair enough.
And Split was actually really good. I enjoyed Split a lot.
I do really want to see Split because Glass is a movie I will probably get off of Jesse Box.
Yeah.
By
but-
then, Jesse Flicks might be in production,
Right.
or might be in full release.
But I definitely want to see I want to see Split before Glass comes out.
Fair enough. You'll definitely want to from the looks of it. And the New Mutants. I'm really excited about this movie if it actually hits 2019.
That surprises me. Because this looks like just a generic horror movie that they decided, we got to get one more movie out of this X-Men franchise while we still have it.
In fairness, this New Mutants was announced before Disney.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Buying
It seems
But-
like they had this idea for a script and it wasn't strong enough to stand on its own. So, what property do we have laying around? Slap an X-Men logo on it. There we go.
I mean, New Mutants has been horror in the past, like in comic books.
Has it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, I'm looking forward to this because I personally really like whenever we get a movie that MCU has been great at doing this. They give us a genre movie with superheroes, so it's not just like a superhero movie. Like Ant-Man is a heist film
That
with
has superheroes.
Yeah.
Superpowers.
like you have the Captain America movies are like
Spy movies that.
that have superheroes, and I prefer the way they're doing that. So yeah, give me a horror movie that have superheroes. I'm cool with that.
That Brightburn trailer. I need Brightburn to my list. I'm adding Brightburn to my list.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Basically, it's Superman as a kid, but he's a sociopath.
Yeah.
I've heard about this.
It's the new movie that is being produced by James Gunn
Got it.
and being written and directed by his
Brother
or cousin?
I think brother or cousin. Oh, yeah, something like that.
Brother cousin.
Yeah, I think it's both. Like, because I think both of them are attached to it. Like his brother and his cousin are attached to it.
Oh, they're not. That's not a single person. This isn't done in Arkansas.
Correct.
No.
Got it.
Yeah, it's James Gunn's brother and his cousin are writing and directing this movie that, yeah, it very much does look like it's the exact same story. Like, kid lands in, like, rural, like, farmland. A couple picks him up and adopts him because they've been having trouble having kids. And everything is basically Superman up to the point wherever he gets his powers. Then he's like, oh.
He just kind of loses his mind because he doesn't understand what he is and his parents have been lying to him.
Yep.
You are ants to me.
Okay, so it was a screenplay written by Mark and Brian Gunn, but it's directed by David Yarovesky.
Yeah. And then being
Also
produced by James Gunn.
It also has Elizabeth Banks, and I love her. She can do no wrong.
I do love me some Elizabeth Banks.
What has she played in the past? That I would know?
She was in Scrubs. That's Kim.
I love her. I don't know which one that she is, but I love her.
She was Kim, the baby mama, JD's baby mama.
Oh yeah, I like her.
Yeah. She was Rita in Power Rangers?
That too.
Really?
Yep.
I saw that, and I didn't know that.
She also in 30 Rock. At one point, she was Alec Baldwin's wife. Mm-hmm. That was taken to or held captive in North Korea, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zach and Miri make a porno.
Yeah.
I get it. You don't have to keep listen. I had it in Scrubs.
She's great, and her work deserves to be lauded.
Yeah, no, I love Elizabeth Banks.
I'm happy for her.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. So yeah, New Mutants. I'm just gonna actually read down the list, and you guys can tell me if it's on yours.
Okay.
Because I imagine I can skip Frozen 2.
Yeah. I like Frozen. It's just not on my list.
I can't wait to be sick of that soundtrack.
No, there's no way it hits that hard again.
Oh,
I'm glad we recorded this.
Why? That's on your permanent record.
I still feel like
We'll have Shannon pull that up here in about 6 months.
If Frozen, like, I don't understand how Frozen got that popular. The Moana soundtrack didn't. That's the real crime.
Jesse, just let it go. Just
This
let
might
it go,
be a
Jesse.
This might be a stop it. This might be a controversial opinion for the PG rated show we're trying to go for. White people.
Oh, fair. All right, so It Chapter 2.
Still want to see the first one, but I'm a biggity baby.
Yes, I also have not seen the fight. Maybe we have like an It watch party with with
fine.
food and the lights on.
Yeah.
Like together as a
lights
group.
on, of course.
Like with the lights on and like guns and knives and swords and
I
stuff.
don't know about that because there's going to be too many sudden movements.
I volunteer my apartment as tribute, minus the guns and swords.
Knives then.
Yeah, definitely no weapons.
But I do have that movie in 4K, and I've got all the other necessary
I
parts.
need to see all of that.
It's a phenomenal movie, though.
Yeah, like a
Love the first
pixelated
bit.
version that don't look
I'm
so
going to be
real.
watching it through my eyes anyway, like through my fingers.
Dark Phoenix.
Nope.
Meh.
I have not heard good things about anything regarding Dark Phoenix, and it breaks my heart.
I just
Yep.
don't care.
Star Wars Episode 9.
That I do care about.
Yep. I'm going to see it.
I'm excited.
I'm going to see it.
That's a theater one for me.
Yep. Hellboy.
That's
Yep,
the other
that's-
theater one for me.
Yep.
I love Hellboy.
That trailer got me by surprise.
Oh, it's so
In
good.
no way thought I was going to be that into a Hellboy movie.
It looks
And
so
here,
much fun.
And here I am.
Looks like so much fun.
I just love Hellboy. He's up there he's up not quite up there with John Constantine, but he's in that he's in the neighborhood.
And I'm like the exact opposite. It's
They
not
rent
a
a house at the
he's
same
not a
place.
character I ever particularly cared about, but just this trailer.
Yeah, Trevor's been a big fan of Hellboy for as long as I've known him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just something about that big red demon guy with his big old pistols and his trench coat.
I like fantasy with guns.
No, don't get me wrong. I am also attached to Hellboy for similar reasons. There's just something about that big old demon
What's
boy
that
with
big
his
hand
trench coat
do?
and his guns.
Smashes stuff. That's it. Smashes stuff real good.
The remake of Pet Cemetery.
Meh.
I'll probably see it like at a matinee or something, but I'm not that.
That's
I'm
not
not any
one
kind
I'll
of
see in
excited about
theaters.
That's not one I'll
Even
see.
though John Lithgow I love so much, but
it. Yeah. Detective Pikachu.
the art style just
I'm
doesn't-
going to
it
see it in
doesn't-
theaters because I know it's going to be awful if I don't. Like the best version of that movie will be in theaters, so I'm going to catch a matinee, and
I'll enjoy the memes.
The memes
Yes.
are going to be great for years to come. This is going to be a meme generator.
I don't plan on watching the movie, but I'm going to enjoy the memes.
No, that's entirely fair. Godzilla King of Monsters. This one I'm super stoked about and absolutely am seeing in theaters.
Oh, Godzilla! I thought you were about to say.
you were going to the next one.
No, I was going to
the next one.
I didn't know if there was going to be any input on Godzilla.
No, again, I've talked
so
about
much apathy for this film from my crew. Here.
Honestly, I've never. I know it's the namesake of the podcast, but I've never been a Godzilla fan.
Did you watch the
No.
most recent one?
I didn't. I haven't seen any Godzillas.
You should watch the most recent Godzilla movie.
And that's why, because I also haven't seen that first one, so I'm not seeing that trailer before Aquaman and it being in theaters. Like, okay, yeah, I'm way more on board now, but still too much people. Just giant monster, bash my action figures together. Give me that. I don't care about the girl from Stranger Things. I don't care about any of these humans. Spectacle.
And like, if it's anything like the first one was a spectacle. And just like, I love how good CG and everything has gotten now, where I can actually I can watch this stuff and almost believe it's real. Especially like the big flying monsters and stuff like that from the first one. And Godzilla just looked so cool. And it was good stuff. And I'm really, really excited about this movie. Even I didn't realize that the Kong Skull Island movie was part of the same universe.
Yeah, because 2020 is Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah. And yeah,
in this universe,
Kong looked great.
That'll be cool.
That was good. It was. I liked that movie way more than I thought I would. Ad Astra. I don't even know what that is, but it looks like it's got Brad Pitt.
Ad Astra.
Oh, this isn't your list. You're just going through the
correct.
Yeah,
I said I was just going to go down the list.
I thought when you said the list, I thought you meant that was your list.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought we were going down your list.
So it's like you don't know what.
No, I was just going down. That's why, if you go all the way back to right before I said that, I prefaced Frozen 2 with that.
Okay.
That I was just going to read down Google's list.
Okay.
Oh.
I misinterpreted.
Fair enough. I don't know.
That's how much we prep for the show, guys.
Right? Well, I just looked at it. I'm like,
do you have any that he hasn't gotten to yet?
Me? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to just go through the ones we actually have?
Well, if we're gonna go with the last ones that I'm really excited about seeing, Kingsman 3. And
that was on my list.
Kingsman 3, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Alita Battle Angel are the.
Alita looks so dumb.
I know, but I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it.
I'll rent that one from Jesse Box.
That's fair. Have you watched Ready Player One yet?
No, we were going to the other night, but I ended up cleaning soda out of the car instead because I had the 32-ounce soda spilled all over me.
No, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no, that's the only reason I ask is because this looks like the kind of dumb stuff that I would enjoy from there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, those are the last ones. John Wick Chapter 3 is coming.
Oh, main event, baby.
Oh, you said Ace's magic words.
Just real quick though, Spider-Man Far From Home. We get Mysterio in a live. Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. Yes, please.
I'm down.
I love that casting. Mysterio is one of the most underrated Spider-Man villains.
Underrated.
Period. Just
underrated villains.
Yeah. He's so goofy, but also kind of scary sometimes.
Mm-hmm. He led to the death of every X-Man.
Mm-hmm. The fight in Spider-Man 2, I think.
The greatest
boss fight ever. Where he gets all of those health
ever.
Bars up and then but then at the same time, with what CG can do and what his, abilities are, I'm super excited to see what they do with this movie.
Agreed.
It's gonna be so cool.
It'll be neat.
It's gonna be a spectacle again.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I got 3 that weren't on yours. MIB, the new Men in Black
International.
movie.
Yep.
International.
That one I didn't see on Google. I forgot about that. I'm really excited about that movie too.
That one looks really good.
Trailer got me.
Oh yeah,
hook, line, sinker.
Yeah, as soon as I heard Liam Neeson's voice, I said, "Yep, I'm there."
Yeah,
got me.
Liam Neeson just on top of Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson.
Oh yeah.
That's phenomenal casting. I'm all on board. And then I saw that in action. Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. I'll come back for seconds. I'll watch this way into the third one when we're sick of it. Was it number 2? My second one is one that I'm probably the most excited about. And I'm really surprised Jesse didn't have this one on there. He may not know. Zombieland 2 is coming out this year.
I didn't know that was coming out this year.
Really?
It's not on. Basically, all I did was Google movies releasing in 2019.
That's what I did.
I read down the list.
Yeah, it was on one of the lists I looked up this afternoon. It's supposed to be end 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Zombieland 2. It's got all the original cast. Hey. And lastly, The Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
I didn't think it was coming out this year.
It's coming out this year.
I am very curious about that. I like the look. And it could be super cool. It's not attached to the actual DCEU, so
and I'm fine with
the
that.
worlds of DC. Sorry,
Yeah,
I just don't It is in the worlds of DC. It's just not in the DC.
Oh God, I hate it so much. Never mind. I take it back. I don't care. Movie's canceled.
Send Joaquin Phoenix home. I'm done.
Yep, good job. You tried.
Yeah, I just don't understand how I'm gonna have a Joker movie without Batman. Like
I'm okay with it. I love the Joker enough that I feel like I love the Joker more than I love Batman. So
I can do like
yeah, it's a thing. It's a problem.
I could do that in like a 20-minute episode. Like I could do a Joker themed episode. I don't know if I could do it.
But in
Joker
a universe
movie.
where Batman is there and
Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't like him.
that's not that's
I don't.
not,
That's not a selling.
that
point
enough
for
is
me.
not enough of a draw for me. That alone is not enough of a
Like
draw
you
for
don't
me.
like him as an actor or like as a person?
Yes,
Little column A, little column B.
As an actor, he's good.
he was all right in Gladiator.
I mean,
I liked him in
Anyway.
Signs.
Ooh,
Swing away.
nobody liked him as Johnny Cash.
I never saw that movie. I'll be honest. with
Really?
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was an amazing Johnny Cash. You should watch that movie.
It's amazing how he was so easily able to play kind of a D-bag.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
What you got on
The only
yours?
other ones that I have that haven't gotten mentioned yet are Us, the Jordan Peele
Oh
movie.
yeah.
That trailer,
I
was
don't know
like,
anything about that.
basically, watch the trailer is
Yeah.
really all I can get you with,
Yeah.
and know that there's a turn because it really kind of starts looking like it's just some generic. It's going to be, and I say this knowing how amazing Get Out is, so I'm not trying to like.
Get Out was amazing.
I'm not trying to like belittle him at all, but like it seemed like, oh, Jordan Peele's doing a home invasion story. Cool. It takes a hard left turn, looks nuts, and it's psychotic and crazy, and I'm on board.
That dude is making good movies.
Yes, he is. So that's part of the reason. The other one that didn't get mentioned is the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Why was that not on this list?
Oh yeah, I saw that on it. That Google's behind, bro.
That's clearly.
The trailers before Into the Spider-Verse were like the Lego Movie is one of my favorite movies ever. Like that's probably a top 5 for me. Again, just
With John Wick 1 and 2 being 1 and 2.
exactly yes.
Yeah.
That movie just hit a soft spot. Like I love Legos, and they treated it with like that very easily could have just been a toy money. Like we're just using the name, and there's not going to be any heart to it. But it like legit just.
Oh, it was the greatest 2-hour commercial for Legos I've
That
ever seen.
you could have ever asked for. It's
for.
amazing. And it did, but it never felt like it.
It didn't.
Even though like everything that people did, I was like, yes, I want that set. I want that set. I need that to be a set. Give me that set. But also just like the voice cast was incredible. And it seems like most of them are returning for the second one. I'm super on board. And then of course, John Wick 3. Oh, John Wick 3, Chapter 3, give it to me. The Lisa meme with the coffee, that secret, terrifying assassin world. I am here for it. They do such a good job of the world building. I want to know so much more than they've given us, but they've given us the perfect amount. Oh,
I'm always like I love everybody's reactions to John Wick in the same way that like I always talk about that the Suicide Squad Assault on Arkham movie, the animated one. I always talk about how like Batman's not really like he is in the movie or he is in that animated movie, but he's not like a central part of it. And I love their reactions to it. And, like at one point they're going through the sewer and like up there's Batman. I'm fine with the sewer. That's okay. It's I love everybody reacting to it, and the boogeyman,
the Baba Yaga.
yeah.
I'm not Russian for boogeyman.
That is
anyway.
correct. But
It's
either
an
way,
old witch woman who lives in a hut on chicken legs. But anyway,
yeah.
I don't know if that's what they call him in the movie.
It
But
is.
it is.
Okay.
It's 100% what they call him. It's been driving me nuts since the first movie.
Because the closest translation is boogeyman.
Baba Yaga's in Hellboy.
Yep. And is a witch, but
She's
regardless,
much scarier.
significantly. And I say that knowing how scary John Wick is.
Ooh, real fast. I got an extra movie that was on my TV show list for some reason.
Is it John Wick 3?
It is not.
Why are we talking about
it's on here because it's a Netflix movie supposed to come out this year. The Dark Crystal prequel.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm always really wary about prequels though. But real quick though, since we didn't really talk about it for a second there, John Wick 3. John Wick is to Asa what The Kingsman is to me.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, I understand. I get
there.
that.
I get it. Yeah.
Because I like The Kingsman checks like every single box in the best way, and I love those movies so much. And Kingsman 3 comes out on my birthday this year.
Oh,
Happy birthday to me. I'm so excited about that movie. Taron Egerton's not going to be in it. We've talked about that on Nerd Up before.
See, and that like really kind of kills because like
I love
after
him
the
so
events of
much.
the second movie, and now Eggsy's not going to be in the third movie. Like I'm like, all right, there's no one left I really care about.
Unless
we actually get the amount of Channing Tatum that I was promised from the second one from the Golden Circle that I very much got bait and switched.
Yeah, you only got like 10% Tatum. That ain't enough Tatum.
Yeah, but I mean, the 10% you got was awesome.
It was great.
But I definitely would have liked more Tatum than we got of, what is his name?
Kingsman, turn up the Tatum.
The guy that was in the end.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the guy. They had the guy that had the whip. I'm trying to remember the actor's name.
I can't remember his name.
He was on Game of Thrones.
Yes, he was. I'm going to look it up real quick because I don't want to leave that as a hanger. Talk amongst yourselves for just a second.
It's not my birthday, but 2 days before my birthday is when Men in Black comes out, and then the next week it's Toy Story 4 and the Child's Play reboot.
Ooh.
I'm not that excited. I'm not that excited about the Child's Play reboot.
On my birthday, they are opening an alpaca farm in southern Illinois that my wife would like to go to.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, let me run you through the plot of the first two John Wick films. So, basically, there's this guy with a dog.
Oh my god.
He's super cool. It's
Pedro
Keanu Reeves.
Pascal.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, am I done? I got like 4 hours of content to fill here.
Woo! All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.